What up, guys? My name is Seth the Programmer, and in this video I'm discussing a debatable topic, that topic being, when did Goku reach the speed of light, and if he did. So, to start things off, we're going to be going off what other people claim Goku reached the speed of light, and most of those are when he's a child. Now, I'm going to be explaining why I don't think he is, but I'm also going to be explaining why they think he is the speed of light by this point in time. Okay, so the first time that they think he reached the speed of light is when he was attacking the Red Ribbon Army. During this point in time, Goku was slaughtering numerous people with just normal machine guns, and then Staff Sergeant, is it Staff Sergeant or Staff Member Black? I don't even remember his name. Oh, it's Staff Officer Black gets into a battle suit, a mechanized battle suit, and it shoots what appears to be a laser at Goku, and then Goku kind of like gags his way out of it, like he like falls on his back, like, oh shit, you know? Now this can be misinterpreted in many ways. So for one, Goku might have not even dodged it, because by the looks of it, it hit between his legs, so it honestly could have actually just missed, and then Goku just fell on his back like, oh fuck, you know? And even if he did dodge it, he didn't dodge it by a considerable margin, and it was most likely an aim dodge or some form of precognition. Precognition in this sense being an assumption, or like, you know, prediction. Like, hey, he's about to shoot me, I better back up. And then, like, as he was backing up, he saw the laser, you know, and he freaked out, and that's why he fell over. So there's a few things that could explain this scene. And honestly, even if he did dodge the laser, it's not light speed quite yet. It's not like he was running as fast as the laser. What he saw was that this guy was about to shoot him, and he saw, like, basically the laser coming at him, and then he just moved out of the way. It doesn't necessarily mean he moved as fast as the laser. This is called aim dodging. You can see this by Captain America, you know, Spider-Man, other characters, like, you know, characters in Star Wars even, right? So those characters have a lot of precognition, prediction, and a lot of aim dodging. You know, many characters in the series do this, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're the speed of light. So I do not count this as a factor for why they're the speed of light. Next, they say that the power pole that Goku has is the speed of light as well, and that, you know, characters like Tambourine can dodge this power pole. Now, the power pole is very fast. However, it is not the speed of light either. Most people look at the manga when interpreting this, but in the anime, it took a few seconds, and then it looked like there was kind of a time skip, and then they reached the moon. Yes, the power pole can extend so long it reaches the moon. And albeit it was pretty decently quick, it wasn't anywhere near the speed of light. Honestly, it probably was over 10 seconds long. And to be the speed of light, you need to reach the moon in about 1.2 seconds. And if it took like an entire scene for him to reach the moon, plus, you know, a little time skip, I don't see it happening. Of course, the anime uses a lot of cinematic timing as to not confuse the viewers. Like, if they used actual speeds in Dragon Ball, you would not see a single character fight. By the time Goku fights Tien, normal people can't even see them. So the fact that you're seeing them shows that there's cinematic, you know, timing to show you what's going on. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how fast they're going. And many people seem to downplay on this behalf, but I digress. It's very possible that Kid Goku is maybe low relativistic at best, maybe high hypersonic with these feats, but I don't really see anything else. We also have the feat where Goku apparently dodged the solar flare. Now, this is a very confusing scene. We don't know if Goku simply blitzed Tien in this scene, because what happened is Tien used his solar flare and then charged at Goku, and then Goku punched him in the stomach to show that he had Roshi's glasses, which is cheating. But anyway, what could have happened in the scene is that Goku could have saw the solar flare about to happen, because Goku did watch Tien fight Master Roshi, and at this point, Tien, you know, showed his solar flare to Master Roshi and, you know, blinded him and then kneed him in the back of the head. So Goku does know what this hand sign is, so he could have prepared himself. And then after Tien launched the solar flare, Tien charged at Goku, but Goku blitzed Tien after this. So we don't really know what happened after the solar flare was launched. And we don't know if Goku just closed his eyes or what. It wasn't shown in full detail. This is why I don't find this a credible scene to say that Kid Goku is the speed of light. Also, it should be noted that later on in the series, Goku is training to dodge lightning. Now, lightning can range from 1/1000th of the speed of sound to 1/3 the speed of light. That's a drastic difference. And I would go for the higher end of this calculation of lightning for Goku training, because obviously they'd want the lightning to be as fast as possible, and it was, concentrated lightning. So it's obviously on the faster scale of things. And like I said, this does, support Goku being more like high hypersonic or, relativistic. Being the speed of lightning, dodging lightning and all that. A character faster than light would have no reason to do this. It'd be a waste. It would be like an absolute waste of time. So that's another, supporting point. Of course, this is anime only, and I really don't want to get into it with viewers that still think the anime isn't canon. I might make a video about that later, but I really just don't want to get into it with you guys. I just want to explain my reasoning about when I think Goku reaches the speed of light. Okay, so now we're going to time skip a little bit. There's not really any feats for, Teen Goku when he fights Junior. We're going to go to the Raditz fight. We're going to go a little bit past the Raditz fight. When Piccolo blows up the moon, right? Piccolo blew up the moon in about 4 seconds. Okay, so what we saw is Piccolo shoot a beam at the moon, and it blew up within 4 seconds. Takes light 1.2 seconds to reach the moon. That means it took light 1.2 seconds to reach back to Earth to our perception. So basically he did it within 2.8 seconds, right? 2.8 seconds is pretty much the minimum for how long Piccolo blew up the moon. In the manga, it was pretty much just instant. And in the anime, like I said, with that cinematic timing, it was slowed down. So it could have been even faster than this. But either way, Piccolo blew up the moon in about 2.8 seconds. Now, what's interesting to note is that the special beam cannon is about 4 times faster and stronger than the blast that Piccolo blew up the moon with. Okay, so Piccolo blew up the moon with his weighted clothes, and he did it with a demon explosive wave. The same thing he blasted Raditz with, by the way. So he did this with a demon explosive wave, one of his weaker attacks, casually. Like, he just, threw his hand out and just blasted the moon. He didn't even use 2 hands like he did with Raditz, which could have been faster. He just did 1 hand, instantly just shot the moon. So it was a very casual attack, and he had his weights on. He didn't even need to take his weights off to perform this super fast attack. And like I said, the special beam cannon is almost 4 times faster and stronger than that same attack. Now, what this means is, 2.8 divided by 4 is under 1.2. I hate to break it to you, but that means the special beam cannon is at least light speed with just some basic scaling. This is a form of power scaling because it does revolve around power levels. But either way you slice it, these are, official power levels given. And this is how strong and how fast the special beam cannon is in comparison to the demon explosive wave. Officially, there is no arguing this. You could argue that this is an outlier, which, okay, let's say it's an outlier. Many people say, it took Goku a while to travel on Snake Way. Let's just say that's what happens. Goku traveling on Snake Way is his current speed, somewhere in the hypersonic ranges, some Mach something. So let's go with the down player side of it. There's still a calc that puts Goku at light speed before even the Android Saga. And that is done by Goku in the Frieza Saga. Now, this is undeniably, you cannot argue whatsoever against this point, because it is, one, a feat, no form of power scaling, and it is canon. So you cannot argue against this. It's just severely overlooked. Now, Goku was completely on the other side of the planet to Frieza and, Vegeta when they were fighting. And this is confirmed by a manga chapter or manga review. It's one of those sections on the back of the manga that tells you, I guess it's called a synopsis. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words. But either way, it says Goku's on the other side of the planet to, Frieza, Krillin, Gohan, and all them, that whole situation. What's interesting is that Goku reaches Frieza in about a second. In the manga, he literally just flashes, and, a little dialogue happens, then he appears. In the anime, it's also very quick. So it happened in like a second or two. And when calced, this is about 1/14th the speed of light, because it takes to travel around a planet. You have to travel around a planet 7 times in a second to be the speed of light. So if he said he did it in like 1 second, he traveled around one time, well, half of it in 1 second, it'd be 1/14th the speed of light. Now, what's interesting is this doesn't make Goku the speed of light, but Goku, when he becomes a Super Saiyan, becomes 50 times stronger, 50 times faster, and 50 times more durable. Now, what this means is 1/14th, multiplied by 50, right? So 1/14th the speed of light times 50 is over 14 times. You need to become 14 times faster. So even Goku with his Kaioken times 20 would be the speed of light. Goku as a Super Saiyan would be at least over 2 times the speed of light, possibly even 3 times. Actually, doing the math here, he might be 4 times. I don't want to get into it, but he's over the speed of light by the time he becomes a Super Saiyan versus Frieza, no matter what you say. As I say personally, it's around the Raditz arc that they become the speed of light. But no matter who you are, what you believe, Goku, when he fought Frieza as a Super Saiyan, was the speed of light. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If anyone's telling you that Goku, even as a Super Saiyan 3, isn't the speed of light, just fucking ignore them. That's redundant. We have many feats that are even like high hypersonic in just early Dragon Ball, let alone a fucking Super Saiyan 3. That's a, so just ignore those guys, and I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.